She panted. She was panting.
Really technically B cups. I've been on hormones about a year.
I have a strong feeling that it's not the hormones that gave you boobs, babe. It's the McDonald's. All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We are doing yet another reaction video this week, so I hope that you are ready. I am sure that cold open was something to behold, as it always is with such videos. But before we get into any of that, this is your reminder to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up. I put in a ton of work into this channel for you guys, so the best way to support it is to subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you. All of my other social medias are linked down below, as always, if you want to check me out on any of those. And without any further ado, let's just dive right in.
Okay, so today I had a conversation with a student, and she was ranting because she couldn't quite understand how no one else in class, my classes or in the school, has noticed or commented, either or, about the fact that I have a chest now.
Okay, so first of all, there's a lot to dive into here, and we're only 30 seconds in, but I don't know what grade you're teaching. I don't know what subject you are teaching, but the correct grammatical phrasing of the sentence that you were trying to get out of your mouth is how they haven't noticed and or commented on my new chest. So I feel like you should know that. I feel like if you are in any teaching capacity, you I don't know, just be aware of that. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what you're saying here. First of all, I'm concerned about why you have a student who is comfortable commenting on your lack and or gain of a chest, as you so put it. I think the students who aren't commenting are the ones that are correct. They probably have a mommy and daddy at home. The one who is commenting, we should be looking at. We should be looking into. She should be talking to some, maybe a guidance counselor, or maybe a parent would be excellent. I am wondering if she has any at this point. So let's continue, but these are immediate thoughts.
Small for most women, especially considering my size. They're just bare.
They're small for most women. Oh, maybe it's because you're a full man. Maybe they're small because you are not a woman. It could potentially be the fact that when you're not a woman, but you take female hormones, you might grow something, but they're never going to be authentic, for lack of a better word for that, sir.
Barely technically B cups. I've been on hormones about a year.
Also, I'm so sorry, but just looking at your weight here, I don't know how much the hormones have to do with you having boobs. Something tells me they were probably already there. Maybe hormones emphasize them a little bit more and you decided to start wearing a bra because now you're like on this new gender journey, as I think it would probably be referred to as. But I have a strong feeling that it's not the hormones that gave you boobs, babe. It's the McDonald's.
Difference from most trans women, I'm bigger, so I have more body fat for my body to work with, to move around, to make things happen.
Well, at least we're acknowledging some realities.
I kind of have a cheat code that way, because your body needs fat to work with to redistribute it. But the main point is, I just found it funny that one of my students, a teenager, was ranting to me about how it's so easy for her to notice. How come no one else has noticed? She's kind of got a point.
She doesn't have a point. She doesn't. You know what? I'm sure that everyone is noticing. You're kind of hard to miss. The faded turquoise to now purple hair that's unmanaged, the body weight that is unmanaged, the mental health that is totally unmanaged. You're hard to miss. The other students just have, I don't know, like other things to worry about maybe, or some self-control maybe, or parents might be a big factor in this, as I said earlier. The problem here isn't the students who aren't noticing, it's the student who felt comfortable with commenting. And it makes me wonder the kind of conversations you've had with the kind of conversations that you've had with this student in the past that made her feel comfortable on commenting on your newfound chest. I mean, like, the fact that these words are coming out of this person's mouth and that doesn't strike them as being foul.
And like, I'm not actually hiding purple curly hair, cat's eye glasses in the classroom, painted nails all the time, bracelets. I wear skinny jeans.
It's so funny to me that every single time, I mean, without fail, every single time there is a whole man pretending to be a woman, they go, I have long curly hair, I painted my nails, I'm wearing jewelry, because that's all womanhood is. It's a costume. There's nothing deeper to it whatsoever. It's all of these superficial things, and every single time without fail.
I've wore women's dress pants a few times. Basically, I don't have any men's pants or anything. And then my shirts are fairly tight because that's where I'm comfortable. And even though I don't have the best body, I feel...
You look like you're wearing a pajama t-shirt. Like, this looks like a t-shirt that you would wear, that you got at some event randomly for free, and now it's just a pajama shirt, and now you're wearing it. What looks to be a classroom. I'm judging by the background, the roof that looks like the roof of a classroom. I don't know how the clothes are giving, woman. I really don't. But we can't expect a man to know better.
Comfortable. But I do find it funny because she's kind of right. How did people not notice? How have they not noticed B cups yet? That's just my rant for today.
I promise you they did notice. Not everyone. Some probably didn't, because here's another thing. They're teenagers, right? If I were a teacher and I was teaching teenagers, I could probably shave my head bald, and there would be some students that don't notice because they are teenagers. And that's kind of their whole thing, is to be completely self-absorbed. And it looks like you didn't grow out of the self-absorption phase as you've gotten older, sir. And that's unfortunate, because it's a really shitty way to live. Holy shit, I almost just spilled my coffee everywhere. Okay, moving on. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Noelle, shouldn't the disabled be let alone? Leave them alone. Sometimes, yeah. This time, no. No, absolutely not, because, well, let's just hear what she has to say.
Phrases are ableist? That's so lame. This one's ableist because historically, lame referred to someone with a physical disability. Therefore, you're equating disability to be something that's undesirable. Instead,
being disabled is undesirable. I mean, it is. Nobody wakes up dreaming and wanting to be disabled. Well, that's not true. There are people who, what is it called? I think there is a name for it, in the same way that people have like gender dysphoria and want to chop certain parts of theirs off. There are people who do actually want to be disabled, and they will actually cut off a limb. This has happened in the past. For the most part, though, no, being disabled is not something that is desirable. It is not something that people dream about happening to them. And also, it's pretty lame to say that. You can't say it's lame. I don't think people understand that language morphs. I mean, yes. At one point in time, lame was a term that was used for disabled people. And you know what? It is still somewhat used today. That is a more common one. That is one that she goes through into other ones in this video that are definitely not used in this context anymore. But it has a new meaning. I'm sorry, like, words, their definitions can shift and morph over time. Get used to it. I don't know what to tell you.
instead of saying lame, maybe try saying something like disappointing or frustrating. Are you deaf? For me, the answer is quite literally yes. This one's ableist because you're associating being deaf with ignorance or lack of attention. A good alternative
Like, I just feel like you're a little sensitive. Like, I feel like your disability has made you a little bit sensitive to things that are going on around you, and you think everything is about you. No, no. Not catchphrases, but there are sayings and there are phrases that people use. Are you deaf? Like, making this video is not going to change that. Let's acknowledge that point first. And second, nobody has these kind of intentions. Like, I feel like when you make this sort of video talking about how, well, this historically has meant that, and this historically has meant that, you are putting bad intentions into the things people are doing. Nobody means anything wrong by saying, are you deaf? They're like, hello, I've had to repeat myself 8 times to you, or can you hear me? And it's just not that deep.
For this one is simply, did you hear me? In the same boat as the last one is the phrase, turn a blind eye. This one's ableist because it's using blindness as a metaphor for willful neglect and ignorance. Simple alternatives for this one are just ignore or overlook. I'm paralyzed with fear. This one's ableist because it's equating paralysis, which is a physical disability, with being emotionally...
Okay, this one is extra wild because that's a physical condition. To say I'm paralyzed with fear, or I was in that moment paralyzed with fear, that's not an expression, that is a physical description. People, if something horrific happens, if something terrifying happens, fight or flight can kick in, but also freeze. Fight, flight, or freeze. And some people freeze. They cannot move. They are so scared, they cannot move. And it's not even, this one isn't even just like, oh, that's just an expression, or that's just a saying. That's like a physical thing that happens to people. What do you want? Paralyzed. That's like a word that means you can't move. That's what the word means. It's sad that people live like this. It is sad.
Stuck. This is reducing a complex condition with a negative metaphor. Alternatives for this one include, I'm frozen with fear, or I'm overwhelmed. That person's crazy or psycho. These terms reinforce the stigma surrounding mental health conditions, framing those with them as unpredictable, dangerous, or less deserving of...
People with mental health conditions are unpredictable. They are. As somebody who has fought against mental health conditions, that's quite literally the whole thing, is that they are unpredictable. I'm sorry. I mean, I sincerely don't know what to say, because you're just fighting reality at this point. Now, not all of them are dangerous. That's a fair point. But I don't think that is what is being said when someone says that you're a psycho. They're saying that you're a goddamn psycho. And that's okay. People can say that, because some people are. Also, psycho in particular is like a very specific mental health condition. Or not, it's not even a mental health condition. Is it? Would that technically, psychopathy, is that mental health? Or is that like a disorder? I don't know. It's a disorder. It is a DSM. It's a disorder. Meaning lack of compassion, lack of what's the word that I want? Empathy. And so to call someone who exhibits those traits a psycho is not ableist, girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Respect and compassion. Let's all do our part to make sure our language is more inclusive. Did you know these phrases are ableist?
No. I don't want to do my part, and I won't. Okay, so we very often talk and show in these kinds of reaction videos the worst of the worst. But I saw like 3 or 4 seconds of this video, and I think this one was a good one. So I wanted to show this video just as a bright spot for us.
Today I will be telling all of my trainers and coaches that I will be competing in the men's category in all of my upcoming ski races and trail runs. I'm not sure how they're going to take it, but when I explain to them my cause and what I'm doing to prevent the erosion of women's sports, I hope they're on board. If not, I'll need to find other coaches and trainers, but it's definitely something that's talked about, and to be honest, I don't even know if they know that I'm trans, but they're going to find out today. So wish me luck, and again, thanks for all the support from my other videos. This is just a small part that I'm playing in what I deem as a very noble cause, and the little that I can do to make this happen, I'm very proud and excited to be able to do that. But I'm going to work my butt off because I don't just want to compete, I want to do well to prove a point. So follow along, and thanks a lot, guys.
So that's awesome. And I feel like it's such a good demonstration of it really is that simple. It is that simple. And it showcases that these men who decide to be women and then go compete in women's sports, they're not doing it for love of sport. They're doing it because they want to win, and they know that they have a much higher chance of winning when they're competing against women, biological, real women who are biologically smaller and weaker than them. That's what it comes down to. And this shows a level of integrity, and it shows a level of honesty. I mean, she even said that she doesn't know if her coaches know that she's trans, and so she doesn't have to do this. She could easily just get away with it and slide under the radar and go compete against women and get her accolades, and but she isn't doing that. She's doing the correct, honest thing, and that is commendable. And again, I wanted to show this video because we talk a lot about wacky people and horrible, annoying things that are happening online. And I saw this one and thought that I would throw it in there because we deserve to have a spot of joy in this video, especially because we have one more video to look at, and it's going to put us right back into questioning the world. Should we talk about the fact that they're covered in mud? Their lower bodies look to be covered in mud, like they've been running through the mud. They're barking. They're barking on the street, wearing leashes and tails. Okay, in the first video, we were talking about how maybe it was like a lack of parenting that has led to this one child asking about her teacher's chest updates. Definitely a lack of parenting going on here. Or it could be over-parenting. Parents can overdo it, and that will freak your child up as well. A lack of integrity, for sure. Self-confidence, self-worth. How little self-worth does one have to get on their hands and knees in public, wear a leash and a tail, and bark? They're barking. She panted. She was panting. Okay, guys, that's all that I got for you today. That's all that I can manage, all that I can handle. It's been fun, I guess. It's been something. It's been what it usually is, I suppose. That's okay. We're done. Goodbye. See you on Monday or Thursday. Subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. See you later. Bye.